Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of my recovery story, and to the bumpy and spiritual road. One of the things about this vlog is that I do it from my heart. I speak directly from my heart. I don't have a script. I have my thoughts. And, one of the things about that is that you tend to forget things that you want to say, which I did yesterday. So when I woke up about 4 o'clock, I realized I forgot to say things to you that needed to be said. And I started pondering over it, and then then I went to bed because I needed to sleep more. And I couldn't fall asleep. So why not do the right thing and just do it? Say what I got to say. So here I am. What is it that I want to say? I was talking about the 12-step program and God yesterday, my higher power. The beauty of having guidance from that inner silent voice is that you get reminded of things that you forget, or oh, I forgot to say that. And when you wing it like I do from the heart, that tends to happen often. So you get used to it. That's one of the bumpy things that happens in life, Anyway, what I was thinking about, why recovery? God in his infinite wisdom, for me is he, for you, whatever. The love, the infinite love of God is really shown through the 12-step program, because addiction is worldwide. And it has no boundaries. It hits any culture, any nation on this earth. So what does it do? It inspires two guys in the 30s. One is they're both alcoholics and addicts. He inspires them to create the 12-step program. But in this infinite wisdom, he tells them basically like this. This is like my version of the story, is that he tells them, well, you're not going to make a religion out of it. It's a spiritual program. And he tells Bill, the founder of Alcoholics Anonymous, I said yesterday I wouldn't mention programs, but I have to do that because this is history. He says, he inspires him to say, this is it's a physical allergy, a spiritual malady, and the solution is spiritual. And that is quite interesting. And then down the line they say, we're not a religious movement. We're not a religion. Okay, we have God on the Serenity Prayer and all that. By the way, which was created by a guy named Reinhold Niebuhr, and there is a longer version of it. And the infinite wisdom is that it's spiritual principles that is adaptable anywhere in the world, no matter where you're from, where you live, what culture you have, what faith or not faith you have, they still work because it's true spiritual principles. True spiritual principles are divine. They come from the Creator, and they work everywhere. And this love that our high power, God, which I call God, has to all humanity, no matter where you are, no matter where you live, it is just so beautiful. There is a huge Narcotics Anonymous meeting in Tehran once a week in a big football stadium, and sometimes it's up to 16,000 recovering addicts meeting there. Then you can go to Tibet. Most of the people are Buddhists up there. There are no meetings there. You can go to Russia, or you can go to Ukraine. You can go to America. You can go to the Philippines. You can go to Africa. You can go to South America, and you will find these programs everywhere. What is so beautiful about it is that they are created, so I have to, in the first three steps, I have to get right with myself and God. Or I have to get right with God. And the next steps, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have to get right with myself. And step 9, I need to get right with myself and others. Step 10 to 12 is more maintenance steps and keeping contact with my higher power and all that. And the beauty of it is I do it one step at a time. I do one thing at a time. And the coin drops a little bit at a time. I don't have to do everything. I do one thing at a time. And the beauty of this is that from the start in the 30s, it exploded into a variety of different 12-step programs. I heard numbers, I don't know the numbers, but I heard numbers some years back that there were over 70, 80 versions, and I've heard later that is over 100 versions of it in different variations. But the basic ones that is around for you that want to check it out, you can go online, you can check out the different variations of it. And if we start with things that comes to my mind is AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and there is a program for families, it's called Al-Anon, and then you have Alateen and Alatot, which is for teens and kids, and then you have young people in AA. The second one that comes to mind is Narcotics Anonymous, even called NA. And they have a family program beside of that is called Families Anonymous. Then you have for eating disorders, Overeaters Anonymous. I don't know if they have a family program, but I think they do. Then you have Cocaine Anonymous. You have Gamblers Anonymous. Oh, there are so many versions. The LDS Church has a Christian program that is called Healing Through Christ, or the ARP program, which means Addiction Recovery Program. You can find that online. All these programs has physical meetings, and they do have online meetings. There are online meetings 24/7 worldwide today. So if you want to do something about your problems, you can do that. But you have the free agency to choose not to do it. For me, it has been a game changer. It has really changed my life. God has worked miracles in me, and He does that still. He helps me on my way. And when I pray, I get guidance. That's the beauty of it. He doesn't leave me. I give up on myself sometimes. Or I failed a lot. Or there was a lot, not that much anymore. Because I tried to learn from my own mistakes. You know, Einstein said, insanity is repeating the same mistake over and over again and believing that I would get a different result. And I try to learn from my mistakes. I try to become a better version of myself, because I think that's a divine spark in me. And that's the divine spark in you. You know, there are good and evil powers in this world. That's my belief. And the evil power is a very, very cunning power. We call it the disease. Other people call it, you know, a lot of names. And it is a cunning, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but the only word that comes to mind is a cunning bastard that do falsification of spiritual principles. And I believe my souls and your souls are pre-programmed from something that I call the pre-existence. Before we came here and got our physical body, we were spirits. And we were pre-programmed to recognize spiritual signals. So when you take drugs, they are like a falsified blueprint of spiritual principles. The big difference between true spiritual principles is that they don't put shackles on your soul, which addiction does. It incarcerates you, it makes you prisoner. For example, when you take different drugs, if you take hallucinogenic drugs like LSD or ecstasy and stuff like that, you have a variety of, but one signal for them is that you have hallucinations, or what we call, when you have inspiration from God, revelations. So my soul recognized this and it wants more. Same thing if you take tranquilizers or barbiturates or morphine, heroin, that variety, or pot or hash, it calms you. And the Holy Spirit, when God speaks to you, makes you calm. You get peace inside, you get serenity. Another falsification, and I want more of that serenity. Then you have uppers like speed, crystal meth, cocaine. You get these tinglings in your body and you get clear in mind in a way that is just amazing. But that happens when you have personal revelation. The coin drops. You get so clear in your mind. So, and then there's another angle to it is that we as addicts are trying to numb our feelings because a lot of us are oversensitive. We have a hard time coping with feelings, and numbing them is a way to cope with pain. I can't go around my pain. I need to go through it. Pain is a teacher. I don't like the principle, but I know that pain is the greatest teacher. I had a sponsor, he gave me a card once that said, and if you ever see this out there, you know who you are. I don't know where he is today, if he's alive or not. But he gave me a card that said, grow of pain. Let the pain be your teacher. Look at it, analyze it, and look at what you can change. Use the steps to do that, and I promise you a better life. Please subscribe to my channel. I will enter a click button and I will try to make it better. It takes time, it's a learning curve, but I enjoy doing this. And, you know, I wish that you have a blessed day and that you find what you're seeking. And I say that as we say in the meeting, keep coming back. It works if you work, it's a work that you're worth it. And with that, you can unbuckle and go have a great day. Thank you for listening today, and I'll be back. Peace out.